Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play, where we're diving right back into Elite Zoo North to hopefully accomplish a lot. Wow, look how dark it looks. There is a lot to do. It's actually kind of wild. I was thinking about it over the last kind of day and a half. The timeline we have versus the amount of things we want to try and accomplish in that timeline, they don't line up very nicely. And it's kind of wild how quickly we're approaching that episode 100 milestone where, you know, we're going to see some pretty drastic changes, I suppose we should call it. Now, thankfully, again, we're going to keep coming back to this zoo, to the original zoo, as some of you termed it very accurately or poignantly. But it's nice to see how much we can wrap up before that episode 100. But I was just thinking about how much there is to do. It's kind of yeah, there's a lot. Now, on the topic of there being a lot to do, I know I said this session I was going to do some time-lapsing, but I'm going to shift plans a little bit, and I'll explain why. A couple of reasons, I guess. First of all, among the things to do, management is a huge part of it. We did a trading session a couple of sessions ago. I feel like it's been 10 episodes now, maybe even more. Everything's kind of blurring into it. Everything's all fuzzy. It's all getting fuzzy. But point being, it's been a while since we did another trade session. I think we should do a trade session today. I think I was commenting on it last session as well. It's like how kind of crowded our trade center is getting again. And the thing is, since the next zoo we're opening is Elite Zoo South, most, if not all of those animals are not going to be an overlap. So the best we can sort of quote-unquote get out of them is a lot of conservation credits, and they get a nice home rather than putting them into our new zoo. Wow, it really is very dark over here. So that's one thing I really want to do. I want to do a little bit of trading today. I will have, by the time this video releases, I will have tweeted out so that we could, share. We'll do what we did last time. Not as many animals as last time. We got 27 out of 50. Last time we were a full 50. I don't want to get to that point. I think having an empty trade center or a close to empty trade center is important before we, wrap up episode 100 or get to episode 100. Obviously, some of these animals are going to stay because we have like some breeding programs going with like the Bengal tigers and things like that. But most of them, I expect and or hope, will be gone. Apart from that, I also y'all will recall that last session I had a little bit of inbreeding going on. Well, there were a couple of attempts at inbreeding, let's call it. I'm trying to recall, but I'm pretty sure that happened with the bison. It happened somewhere else as well. That was the peafowl, right? The peafowl and the bison. Now, what that tells me, and I think I mentioned it last session as well. Sorry, the bison up there. It's so hard to tell this shape and this shape apart in the dark while talking, while zooming around very quickly. Anyway, sorry. And again, I think I mentioned this last session as well. I think what that tells me is that I need to go around and do another quick management check and make sure we have got animals on contraceptives. We've got breeding pairs properly mating. Like the last time we did this, or between the last time and this time, I think we discovered why we weren't getting any wolf pups. And if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since we've had wolf pups still, so maybe there's an issue over here still. Or do we have some puppers? I don't know. I feel like that the wolf pack is dwindling, and that is unacceptable, obviously. Yeah, look how empty. Oh, no, there we go. All right, we do have some puppers. Oh, yeah, we do have some puppers. Good. Oh, so cute. This is a little stranger to look at, but fair enough. Okay, how old are you? Okay, so we just recently must have had these puppers. And these are actually decent stats except for size. Well, of course, the size is small. They're just puppies. But yeah, anyway, that minor distraction aside, I think we need to go around, make sure the genetics are all looking good, make sure that we've got decent breeding pairs, make sure that we're not seeing inbreeding anymore because it's starting to become a problem again. So that's what I want to focus on today. For those two reasons, and one last third reason is that when I was flipping through the comments this time around, I didn't see too many requests for staff naming and animal sponsorship and stuff. I did see some. I didn't see too many. But I did see one question that I want to address. Some of y'all asked some of us have been waiting for a particular animal, or something along those lines. I just want you to know that it's not like, oh, one sponsor, one animal per patron or member or anything like that. If you have multiple animals you want to be, attached to, let me know. But what I'd really like is if we kept it to one animal per month. That way we can cycle around, get everybody in, and it's not like I'm putting the same name down, 30 times in one time lapse. So I want to get that out there. I wanted to get all the requests in before I dove into a time lapse, and that time lapse then will happen next session, and it'll be me putting in all the sponsor names and getting this little section done over here, and of course getting this section up over there. And if that sounds overly ambitious, you're probably 100% right. It probably is. We're probably not going to get all that done at the same time, but I would like to try. So yeah, let me know. And if you did mention it in the previous session, feel free to repeat yourself in the comments down below. And I want to address one last thing before I begin all the management stuff. I was like, do I hit play or do I just start managing? I'll hit play first. I want it to be a bit more sunny. Rather not rainy. One last thing I want to mention is that I noticed a comment that said, it's strange when when Party Elite hasn't gone through like hearting the comments, because then I wonder what's gone wrong. So sometimes it'll be that I haven't read the comments, and I'll let you know if that's the case. And sometimes it's that I haven't had the chance to read the comments the last time through. Just as a reminder as to how I go through the comments, and maybe I'm just being completely inefficient with this, but as they come through, I read them, because they come through on my phone and I read them as they come through. Like, wow, it's just like social media or anything, right? So I basically have always read all the comments, but what I do is just before I sit down to read the next episode, I read through all the comments again, and that's when I drop the hearts and I take notes. And that's it's a process that's worked for me a lot. Now, you'll notice for the last session, I haven't had the chance to put all those hearts down. However, I do remember many of the comments. There were a couple of notes that I've kind of mentally taken down. For example, the name to our tiger enclosure, which I'm going to be putting down at the start of the session. But yeah, I just wanted to explain, like, just because you don't see hearts and things like that, doesn't mean I haven't actually read through all the comments, which I know sounds a little, it might be a little, I don't want to say confusing, but it might be a little strange, I suppose, is the word. Take the burden of the weirdness onto myself. It might be a little strange, but it's just my process, I suppose. I also use I use that as a way to get thoughts really ingrained into my mind, I suppose. Anyway, so that all addressed. That introduction lasted way longer than it probably should have had to, but I had a lot of things that I wanted to say, and I needed to get them out there somehow in a way that I knew everybody would see it. And I also wanted to mention right off the bat that, yes, this is a management episode, so if you are here purely for a time-lapse, then unfortunately there will not be one today, unless something particular happens, but I don't think we'll be having a time-lapse today. I think it'll be a straight-up regular management session with some trading going on, and we will have a time-lapse next session, as per usual. All right, so let's go ahead and get our name down over here. I don't know why I waited so long to get to it. I got a couple of suggestions in, and for some reason, I mean, it's always tough to pick. But this one kind of just like hit home for some reason, and I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't tell you why, but I kept coming back to this one in my head, and it's actually a combination of two suggestions from the same person, so I hope you don't mind. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to... I wonder if we can fit the large letters or not. Probably not. I always forget just how different the... Yeah, no, definitely not. I always forget just how big the large letters actually are. So, go ahead and pop this. And where's my T? Alphabet T. Where's my T? I say that often about things that aren't letters. Let's go ahead and pop. All right, let's see. So, that should be enough space. And that should be enough space. Challenging myself to figure out the spacing beforehand. Yeah, so there were a lot of great suggestions, some very culturally appropriate, some that were like, oh, it was really interesting, actually, some that were trying to blend Korean and Russian because of our initial plan to try and hook these guys together, and we've got the Siberian and the Korean connection, obviously, for the tigers that we described when we were going through the construction process and things like that. There's a lot of interesting suggestions, but I don't know. I can't explain it, but for some reason, I just kept coming back to this one. It felt, I think what it is that it just has that sense of I guess, serenity to it, or, gee, I can't find the word. So we're going with, am I spelling this correctly? I think I am. I gotta double check this. We're going with Tiger Terrace. And the two suggestions, I actually forget what the two separate suggestions were now, but I am spelling this correctly. So Tiger Terrace. And the reason for that is because I just felt like a terrace, I guess, is a word I've always associated with a place to relax. And maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just, what I like, my own personal experiences in life. But, isn't everything a result of our own personal experiences in life? But yeah, so it struck me, and I like the idea of how it encapsulated, obviously not just the animal, and yes, we have a little bit of alliteration, which is right up there with, well, okay, no, that's a lie. I won't say alliteration is right up there with puns for me. Puns, I love puns. I will basically take any opportunity at making a pun, to a fault. But alliterations are up there as well. I do like a good alliteration, like Formosan Falls, Tiger Terrace. It's, I don't know. But yeah, so it's got that sense of serenity that I like, and it really captures, in my mind, this kind of central area, which, it's like the tigers have more access to this terrace, but it also captures this area where, like, the people have access to this terrace. I don't know. I hope y'all like it. I got a lot of suggestions. It's always so hard to pick, but that one just stood out to me. So we got Tiger Terrace. Let's make sure the name is actually official as well, because I know that'd be a good idea. Where is my? There we go. I keep forgetting where the keeper entrance is for this one. Go ahead and make you Tiger Terrace properly. Done and done. And I did get a lot of suggestions for the wolf walk. Came up a couple of times. I got a lot of suggestions for the wolf enclosure as well, but I wasn't really looking for them last session. I've tried to keep them in mind, but do please drop them in the comments of this session, because I am looking out for them this time around. Just trying to keep my thoughts organized, because as the zoo gets bigger and bigger, there's so many more moving parts, and just trying to keep it all organized. So I'm separating the ask for name suggestions up over here and over here, and then we'll go through and rename some of the shops that are left here and there dotted that don't have names either. All right, finally, I think we can hit play. 3rd of August, year 143. This zoo might make it to year 150 before we open up Elite Zoo South. All right, we are unpaused. And actually, you know what? Something that someone has commented a couple of times, and I keep forgetting. But it's been suggested that if you save the zoo right after loading in, it makes it run smoother. Don't know if that's true, but we're going to find out together today. And if that does work out, then maybe that's a helpful inside scoop for many of y'all as well. Again, I don't know if it's accurate. But we'll see. We'll see today. It's my first time trying it out. Why can I not? Why's my? Oh, great. Now we get snow. Okay, camera. Why you? There we go. Weird. Camera wasn't panning up and down for some reason. Okay, so we went from rain to snow in August. Please don't be. Please let this not be like a prediction of what's going to happen in Toronto later this year, because we've already got snow in May, which really. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. What's the deal here? That research complete for the... I should actually take a look at food quality as well, as I'm going around doing the management stuff. And only actually, while we're waiting for the weather to get better, I kind of want to take a look at how guests are feeling as well. Might be a good idea to see what the issues might be. Going home. Wow, you're so thirsty. I mean... I guess it's super crowded over here. I really like the glow coming out of the info sign. But what about up at Om Nom Nom? I wish guests were willing to travel a bit more to take care of their needs. It's, I don't know, the distance between our entrance food plaza and our Om Nom Nom food plaza is not that much. Oh, which reminds me, a comment that I meant to address a while ago, but I don't think I ever got around to doing it. The reason why I totally agree that most zoos, at least most zoos that I've been to, have like a couple of eating areas. eating areas. Eating areas for the guests, like a couple of, what are they called? Food courts or whatever. And initially we tried to do that. We had this food court over here, and then we had the one underground over here. And when it's all covered in snow, it just looks so beautiful. We've got the food court over here. So initially we tried to do that, but the game doesn't really quite work like that. Wow, look how empty this space is. It used to be so crowded. I mean, again, we're not really rendering all the guests that are in here. Himalayan brown bear overcrowding. Fair enough. Go ahead and clear some of y'all out, please. Oh, look at all the babies. I guess they're not all babies anymore. Who's got the better genes? You've got good genes. Oh, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Oh, God. I know I could pause it, but that feels disingenuous. I think we can put the offspring into the trade center. They've got slightly better genes, but we've got a lot more time out of Meher. Oh, man. Did not stop it in time. I mean, the gene potential here is huge. And obviously, this is all inbreeding. Alright, Meher gets to stay. Oh, I wish I just made that call sooner. It hurts. Send you to the trade center. And where is our other... There you are. And you. The trade center. We'll trade them both out. Oh yeah, you're just gonna fight and then use the rubbing pillar. Just like that. We do have a small injury over here. It's not a major injury, otherwise the vet would automatically be called. But let's call the vet over nonetheless. Don't like it when the animals fight like that. Don't like it. Also, damn, where was I? Where's my train of thought taking me? Right, food courts. So we have had a couple of food courts like that, but it doesn't work. The way the game tracks it, the game accepts much smaller distances for people to find a place to eat. And I guess that's because the amount of time it takes to get from one place to another is years, you know? So yeah, I had to bunch up the eating areas a lot more tightly. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll try and be more careful about that in the future. I'll try and plan the food areas out a bit more interestingly for Elite Zoo South. Again, lessons learned while playing Elite Zoo North will obviously be applied for Elite Zoo South. Also, how beautiful are these spots when they're just caked in snow? I wish I could just permanently cake some of these things in snow rather than have to actually assign it the snow terrain type, because the snow terrain type means it's rock when it's not covered in snow. Oh, we're already grade 2 over here. I want to make sure we were at the best quality of food we could get for these animals. Oh, well, the snow has stopped. The rain has stopped. Part of me wants to do all the management while paused. Not its ideal temperature. That's new. I must have deleted a heater by mistake. Must have deleted a heater by mistake. I'm just trying to find one that's in the area already. Well, the easiest way to do it would be... Where are we? There we go. There we go. And pop you right down over here. Alright, cool. Or rather, not cool. A little bit of welfare issues over here. I'm guessing that's just stress. Yep. I'm actually not sure how I feel about... So what they did with the game, you'll notice that it's been a while since we've had to do enrichment changes. And it's because we're playing on what the game ended up classifying as medium difficulty, which I'm fine with. I don't... That seems like... The middle often seems like the way to play the game. But one thing they took away was the fact that enrichment toys no longer... Like, animals no longer get bored of toys over time. And I really miss that. And, I mean, I could fake it, I suppose. Oh, hey. Expecting offspring. I could fake it, I suppose, but that just doesn't seem... It's just like... It just seems kind of random. I liked the challenge of, like, oh, is it a quantity thing? Is it a boredom thing? I wish that was still available in medium difficulty. I wonder if... I'll take a look at the difficulty sliders actually afterwards and see if it's granular, and I could adjust that myself. Now, February of next year, we're expecting baby Arctic wolves, so let's keep that in mind so we can check them out, right? Really? I just came to visit. Why you gotta poop? And again, everything poops. On which note, let's take a look at our red pandas real quickly. I just want to see how they're performing. Because we are in November. Let's take a look here. 715 versus 272. Well, I mean, I'm just saying. 735 right over here. To be fair, this is probably where the best view of the pandas actually is. Oh my god, look at that baby. This is the best view of the pandas. They're slowly climbing down. They're such goofy looking animals. Well done, kiddo. Well done. Wanzi. Not the best stats. But then again, I mean, pandas... Good stats on pandas are hard to come by. These are probably actually pretty decent, if I'm frank. How are we doing over here? Have they come to play with the Trebs yet? Doesn't look like it. Definitely still very proud of the effort we put into the trebuchet back there. But it's unfortunate that we haven't seen them actually play with it. Again, I could just pick one up and drop them there. Oh, don't remember this one. Oh, fertility is very low over here. That's a problem. That's gonna be a problem. Animals are stressed. Lots of animals are stressed. It's the greater flamingo again. We might just go nuclear with the solution over here and just make it half of Flamingo Park. Like we'll cut it up over here, have all the animals over here, make this into a regular barrier, and just leave it at that. But we'll do that closer to, I would say, the end of our 100 session stretch. Because we've tried everything over here, and it was brought up in the comments of the previous session as well. It's like, remember when the Galapagos Tortoise? Oh my god. What is happening to me right now? Hold on a second. The Galapagos Tortoise. Yes, okay. I was like, why am I buzzing out? Alright, remember when they were over here and they had the land bridge that, again, I loved. I really enjoyed that, but wasn't really working, and then we completely rebuilt this area. We shifted everything around, we changed how things were laid out, we changed how people got up to Om Nom Nom, we changed where the animal was placed. And apparently changed how well I remember the animal's name. I'm trying to get... There we go. I was like, I'm trying to get the pause on the 4th of December. My birthday. We were that close, so I figured why not. And let's go ahead and begin some management, right? Let's... The weather is good. We've taken a look at some of the goings-ons in the zoo. I just want to take a look at our financial situation. Because we've been hovering around the 2.5s for a very long time. Did I do a lot of construction last year? Yeah, it looks like income was fine. Income was up, actually. Taxes were fine. What was our big expense shift? Wages. Of course, we hired a bunch of new people. Fair enough. Fair enough. And animal food. Yeah, we upgrade a lot to grade 3 food. Yeah. Power costs. Okay. I guess we added another transformer. Or more things that work off of a transformer. Oh my god. 22,000 in emergency captures. 20,000 this year. How have we had 20 escapes? Because each escape is 1,000, right? Ride running costs, senior running costs. Actually, I want to see income from ride tickets. 10k so far this year. It's like a 3k profit. We could probably raise the prices a little bit. I really like how much traffic we're seeing through it right now, though. I mean, look at these lineups, right? We haven't had lineups like these in a while. I know I said I was going to take a look at what people were saying, but I got distracted. You looks rad. I mean, I'm glad you like it. Has really cheap tickets. Really feel like... Take small steam train 1 to save time. That's good. Yeah, I feel like we could raise the prices a little bit, make a little bit more money. But we're not hurting for money is the thing, I guess. That's why I'm not so, like... That's why I'm not so hell-bent on raising the ticket prices. And the thing about zoo entrance ticket prices as well, you'll see that many people, like this guy over here, this kid over here, thinks the ticket price is great. I don't know if the kid's the best judge of that, but sure enough, this person thinks so as well. But then you got a couple people over here who are like, it's only fair. So it's like, well, do I... That's mixed messaging. Do I up the price? Do I keep it low? I guess I should check different groups, right? I don't know. Check different groups. This... Oh, I just popped a balloon. That feels rude. I hate popping balloons. Yeah, see, a bunch of groups over here saying it's fair. Some saying it's good. Hard to pick. You get to see people stopping by the entrance education boards, though. Man, these crowds are wild. These crowds are wild. Alright, I guess it's management time. Actually, the first thing I want to do before I get into management, because I feel like we've already kind of done a touch of that, is I want to do the animal trading. And again, we've got a huge variety of animals to trade out. Gonna go ahead and let's take a quick peek over here. We've got a bunch of tigers. Emberly. Wish I put a T down next to her name. Let me check something here. Oh, geez. Okay, well, Yaletha gives us similar results, but Yaletha is a lot older. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to keep Emberly. Oh, she's old, though. Okay, we could keep her and let her pass away. Like, once Yaletha passes away, gives us some decent babies, we could get Emberly in there. Same size issue, eh? But we get some good results out of that as well. Emma should have been the alpha. Emma would have been a good alpha. Again, I can always swap out alphas and stuff and enforce it, but I like to let the animals be a bit more naturally selective, because this isn't a quote-unquote breeding zoo, so to speak. I didn't build this one specifically to get, you know, top genetics or anything like that. I'll probably do that sometime in the future, but this wasn't that, and so I'm not going to suddenly shift gears this close to, you know, episode 100. I've paid some mind to it, but not to the point of enforcing alpha relationships and things like that. But okay, so we're going to go ahead and keep Emberly then, but I believe everybody else is set for trading, except for 5. 5 lives on forever. I can't let Red 5 go. I can't. Eventually I'll have to. I know, but for now. Everybody else, I think, is good to go. Dhriti, we were going to keep, and Anika, we were going to keep as well, right? Because what's the deal with our tigers? Let's take a look at our tigers really quickly before we commit to trading / not trading. I believe some of our adults over here are about to... Yeah, Syra is about to leave us, and... Oh my, what happened here? So Syra is about to leave us, and where is... the father? Not up over here. I'm just missing him, obviously. Where are you at, buddy? Where are you at? Hiding from me. Alright, let's use the easy method of finding him, I suppose. Hoping I'd be able to spot him. If I'm not mistaken, he is a white tiger. They're supposed to have worse... Ah, there he is! Wow, actually. Blended right in. I was gonna say they're supposed to have worse camouflage in the wild, but you know what? I guess if you lay on some rocks, that's actually really something special. Just him chilling over here. I quite like that. I quite like that. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Little nap outside, basking in the little bit of sun that's falling on his back. Anyway, sorry. Distracted by cuteness again. So he's also getting very old. So that's our top tier white Bengal tiger and our top tier Bengal tiger. Regular Bengal tiger. They're both very, very old. So we were going to have Anika, solid genes, and Dhriti, but they're both females. So one of them has to go. I mean, one of them's white, one of them's not. Anirudnu, also great genes, except for immunity, but that's, again, that fluctuates a lot, right? I don't know if they're able to, let's see, I'm pretty sure Dhriti, Anika, and Anirudnu are from the same... Yes. Yes, very much so. Alright, so who among them stays and who among them goes? So, Annika, 192, 50, 83, 192, 67, 50. Okay. Dhriti. I think Dhriti and Anirudhnu stay. Again, I kind of want one high quality white Bengal tiger and one high quality regular Bengal tiger, I guess. I mean, gee, honestly, Annika technically has the slightly better stats because they both have their lowest is 50, but Annika has her second lowest is 83, whereas Anirudhnu is 67. And I know these are the two stats that kind of matter the least. Let's look at appeal. You know what? Sorry. Oh, of course it's the same. Oh, geez. Well, all right, fine. Gonna make a choice. If we're keeping Dhriti, the female white Bengal tiger, let's keep Anirudhnu, the male regular Bengal tiger. There. That's my decision-making process. Everybody else stays. I wish I could rename you from here, but of course I can't. Got to go to the zoo and animal management for that. Where are we? Animals. Just want to see my Bengal tigers. And I want to make sure I don't make a mistake over here. You and you. Cool. All right, awesome. I think it's trading time. That's, I think, all the organizing I need to do. Take a look at animal trading again. Pandas are all going, leopards are all going, antelopes are all going, polar bear. Oh, it's so weird to trade out a polar bear that was born and raised in our zoo. Lots of Himalayan bears, tortoises. Yeah, okay. Lots to send out. Annika is going, right? I should have renamed her as well, but it's okay. We'll remember that much. All right, cool. Now, one more thing to check, actually. I just realized Miguel we set as our A star, A plus, A star. But many of you pointed out the moment I did that I have another tortoise that I'd already set aside like that. So 75, 58, 100, 100. What do we have here? 75, 58, double 100 versus Manuel. Hiding in here somewhere. There we go. What are your stats? Better, it looks like. Miguel versus Manuel. Oh yeah. Marginally, but better. So I guess Miguel goes and Manuel is the next next father to be. The issue is adulthood, right? Let's take a look at the Zoopedia entrance. When do they become adults? 22. Oh man, your time is almost here. Okay, so sure, we can get rid of Miguel then. My concern about adulthood is that you know, we still have Philippe here waiting for him to pass on, as it were. Now, when do they actually typically die? Life expectancy is 100 years. Now, because of I'm playing it at half aging speed. Does that mean life expectancy is 200 years, or is it still 100 years, but it takes it longer for them to get there? Either way, he's close to the end of his life. By the time he passes away, Manuel over here, I believe it was Manuel that we're keeping, he will be old enough to pick up the crown, as it were, and bring us a new era of Manuel. Yeah, a new era of baby tortoises. Obviously, we'll need to get him a breeding, like a mate, but that'll be the beginning of a new era. How wild would it be if Philippe passes away on like episode 100? How wild would that be? Anyway, all right, it's trading time. Let me go ahead and get that tweet out. I want to make sure y'all know that's happening, and those of you that are awake and happen to be on Twitter at this time will be able to join in on the action. I think it's fun. It was really cool to see many of y'all tweeted out like when you actually got the animal or when you built the space for them. That was a lot of fun for me to look at. Just it's just a cool, I think, level of interaction. So and boom, there it goes. Decision made. We're definitely diving into it now. I just want to make sure that it went out there. Things have been funky lately. All right, let's do this. So, first things first. I guess we're going in order. The Timberwolf, I think we determined stays, right? It's funny how, yes, Emberly stays, swap burn afterwards. Naran Batar. Let's go ahead and see what kind of numbers snow leopards are typically getting. 83, 75, 67, 33. So not bad stats. Not bad stats. Snow leopard, snow leopard, snow leopard. Where you at? There you go. What are we looking at here? 300s, 800s. All right. So organized by price. I don't want to. Oh, good. No 10Ks. Good. So 1600 for green across the board. Really high stats. See, a lot of the time it's not the numbers that matter, but it's the perception that matters. So we can definitely go above 600, I would say. Oh my god, this is, oof, that's bad. I'd say we could live comfortably in the 750 area. We have one yellow stat, right? But our high stats are pretty high. Our high stats are, well, we have a red stat. All right, let's go with 700 then. Let's go with 700. I feel like that's a fair price because, again, immunity fluctuates a lot. It just, the red is a bad signal. So fine, let's go with 650. I do want to trade these animals out, right? Like, I don't want to just hold on to them just because I'm holding on to them. Red pandas. Now, we have a lot of red pandas. A lot of gold red pandas. Oh, man, these are actually all... Red 5 is obviously staying. All right. Sorry, I can't get over it. It's a formative part of my life. And for me to just happen onto it is serendipity, to say the least. Red pandas. There you are. 10,000. Come on. Not even going to check those. Oh my. 3,000 for basically 100% across the board. Okay, 2,000. 2,000. So we're looking at 1,200s maybe. We're looking at 1,200s. A lot of people undercutting the market though. Jeez. There are good stats. Looks like not a lot of people are buying red pandas right now. There's so many in the market. So I hope some of y'all are. Yeah, this is not... I think some people are getting desperate. I'm not there just quite yet. I think I will accept a price around... I think I'll accept the 500 marker. Because we're not this bad, I would say. We're around this mark. So a little bit higher than that, but a little bit lower than this. Because, again, the pricing is kind of... is what it is. Did two people seriously pick up the 10,000 conservation credit costing red pandas? Or did they just time out? Oh man, these guys with 400. Okay, you know what? Fine. Let's take a look at our animals. Let's see what the suggested price is. Let's do 450. 450. I think that's reasonable. Bolin, you can go for a fair bit lower. Let's go ahead and put you up for 320. Jin, you're pretty good as well. Put you up for 350, because the suggested price was pretty low as well, and overall, I think they averaged to a fair bit lower. How done? See, there's a red stat there, but the game says it's worth more. But I think perception-wise, it's worse. The 292s are hopefully going to drive the price up a little bit, but because of that red, I'm going to try 400. Let's see how that flies, right? Red 5 stays. Pronghorn antelopes, we've got quite a few. Oh no, we just have 3. All right. Oh, I should have checked our starting number. 27039 is where we are right now. Nothing's gone yet. Fine, so 27039. All right, pronghorn antelopes. Go ahead and see what we might be able to do here. Pronghorn antelope. I've got all males, right? 350 for this. Yeah, they're not very... profitable seems like the wrong word, because it's not like we... I guess we could have spent money on them. No, I don't want to see dollars. It's conservation credits. Just conservation credits, thank you. Alright, so yeah, 350, 275. 68. Like, these aren't atrocious genes, but the size, I guess, is a stopping point. Wow, I don't want to go as low as 50. Well, for our regulars, I suppose 60s, 50s is okay, but our albino, definitely want to go a little bit higher. We've got a couple of albinos, I thought. No, just the one, okay. Alright, let's do this. Let's go ahead and pop you on the store for, let's say 250. And everybody else, I think we can put up for like about 60 to 80. Oh my, those are good genes though. Let's trade you for 80. I want to stay a fair bit above the suggested price. Over here, really, you're lower than Waylon. That's weird. Or about the same. I think 100 is fair here. Those are good genes. Polar bear. Suggested price is really high, but again, a big part of it matters on if people are buying at the time, right? Polar bears. Polar bears. Polar bears. Oh, sorry. First, I should just any species it, just so it's the filter is removed. Where are we? LMNOP. Man, I don't know. I'm not seeing any trades yet. Makes me kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie. 2,700 for this. Oh, wow. 4,000 for pretty good, except for no immunity. And 10k for that. I feel like we could probably go into that 3,000 range. I think we've got good enough stats for 3,000. I think so. Let's do it. Longevity is a little bit on the shorter side, but 283s and 100. I mean, I feel like those are some pretty good stats. We've got our Komodo dragons now. These mostly really good stats here. All right. I don't know. It's I feel like this is almost the longest it's ever felt like that I've put animals up for trade and haven't seen a single bite. Yes, that was intentional with the Komodo dragon selected. All right, let's see. What kind of price are we looking at here? We've got overall pretty high genes. A couple of middling genes. One low gene. And even then, when I say low, it's just the one bar that's low. Everything else is good. Komodo dragon, where are you at? There you are. Finding these a lot quicker today. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Not a lot for sale. Hopefully that's not indicative of demand. Oh, come on. 71. I like these numbers better. 275, 245. So we're not going to... Okay, that's... By comparison, that's way too high. We're going to stick around the 250 to 300 range, I think, is a fair spot to be. That's a fair spot to be. Alright, so 250 for you. But 300. 250 to 300 range. You can go 250. Actually, you know what? You've got the red stat. Let's put you really low. Let's put you at 90. Even though there's 200s there. And you're gold rated. Feels, you know what? No. That's a disservice to our animal. The market shouldn't determine everything. Our love for the animal should. These are good stats. Gonna go with 150. At least. Here. Try 200. I know I'm not sticking to my minimum maximum at all. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. A lot of range here, though. Oh, looks like we finally had an animal picked up. Connection failed. Excuse me. Okay, good. I was like, oh no, don't tell me the internet went down or something. That would be bad for more than one reason. Put you up for 300 as well. Cool. Alright, you know what? I feel a lot better already. It just breaks my heart when the animals aren't actually going. Xiao Dan got picked up for 400. Cool. 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 Let's see. What do we got next? That's all the Komodo dragons done, right? Yep. Next up, the Himalayan brown bear. Now here I'm pretty sure we've got mostly really good stats, yeah. Tahiti is the only one with quote-unquote low stats, but even then, like, these aren't low stats. So the Himalayan brown bear. Where you at? There you are. Get rid of the Komodo dragon. 5,000 for this? No way. No way. Yeah, the 1,000s make more sense. So we're probably going to sit around this world here, the 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, that kind of a world. That I'm comfy with. Okay. 5,000 seemed way, way, way too high. Let's take a look at the female specifically. Oh, it looks like they're roughly similarly priced. Usually, or sometimes there's a difference. But looks like we're similarly priced here, so let's go with 1,100 here. And let's go with 1,100 for you as well. Dhriti is a little bit on the lower side, but really, honestly, even though I don't understand, like the minor shift in genes drops the ranking, like the metal down, but the appeal is still just as high. Really quite a bummer. But fair enough, you can go for 1,000. Or fine, 900. Make the difference a little bit bigger. I guess that's fair. Alright, Galapagos giant tortoises. Just a handful of them to go. I mean, I don't think they're going to fetch me too much, if I'm honest. They were a big conservation credit earner back in the day. But that was a different time. That was when the game was still kind of new. That's the quote-unquote issue with a system like this is... if there are no buyers, it doesn't matter if you're selling. I mean, that's the market, right? But the thing is, with a game especially, it's like you could be selling your finest animals for 1 conservation credit, but if nobody is playing and picking those animals up right now, you will not even get that 1 conservation credit. So, tough. I do hope that that's not the situation we're going to find ourselves in as we get into Elite 2 South especially. It looks like 600s are a fair range, 6 to 700, and the really good ones we could maybe charge up to 2K. I don't know about 2K, feels a little rich, but Miguel, for example, I mean, I think what we can do here is 1,500. Not 5,100, 1,500. Yes, Miguel's on his way out. I mean, again, what kind of variants are we looking at? 700s and 600s? Sure. Sure. Go ahead and put Kuro out for 600. Keep on the lower side because we have a red gene there. And Esmeralda, we can go with 700, I think. Yellow's not so bad. All right. Let's see what that nets us, if that nets us anything. Looks like another trade went down as well. Yep. Penaim got picked up. Cool, cool, cool. Always feels good to see the animals get a new home. Actually, last time, it was also funny to see folks tweeting at me as soon as they picked up the animals and things like that. Which is what's happening right now as well. Awesome. It's just, I don't know, there's something about that that just feels super dope. Yeah, these are some really good stats. Oh, these are some really good stats. Alright. Let's see, Mingxia is a... wow. Really blanking right now. Pangolin, Chinese pangolin. There we go. Pop you in. It's one of those days where words are just like on the tip of my tongue. And it's just like, I know what this is, but... And those of you that have been expressing concern about, you know, me not taking breaks and stuff, I greatly appreciate it. Fear not, I do keep that in mind. I used to keep that in mind less, but I do try to keep that in mind. And thank you for the concern. Today is just one of those kind of fuzzy days. Today and yesterday, just not been sleeping right and stuff like that, you know. These prices are ridiculous. I mean, okay, but the thing is, who's going to pay like 5,000 for 1 Chinese pangolin, right? So maybe we go in that 4,000 or even that 3,000 range, you know, come in between stuff like this with a much better choice. yes, totally undercutting the market. I feel like that's fair. Like this guy's doing. Sky or girl. Ward's Wildlife Park. But it does look like people aren't necessarily picking up pangolins. Pangolins? Pangolin? What's the plural of pangolin? So yeah, I think we'll go in with like a 3,000. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair price for what we've got. Where are we at? There you are. Mingxia? Yeah, I think so. Look at the suggested price though. Wild. 3,000. Let's get you out there. Let's go. Now the Bengal tigers. Oh, it always is so hard. And you know, I said... So Annika is the one that's going, because Dhriti is staying, and Anirudhnu is staying, so Annika is going. Let's go ahead and trade Annika out first. So there's no room for confusion. Yes, Annika. Pick out our Bengal tigers over here. There we go. Wow. These are all from the same zoo, I suspect. Yep. 3,000s. Really? 2,500. 2,300. 2,000. I mean, I'm probably going to go in with 2,000 as a fair price. Some of these seem a little ludicrous. I feel like 2,000 is a fair spot to be at. Then we go, you know, you can... Now you're... The lower you go, the more you're, what's it called? You're racing to the bottom, right? It's a race to the bottom, as many things often are. Like, am I ever going to put my Bengal tigers up for 900? Maybe eventually, if push comes to shove. If push comes to shove. So, alright, what are we looking at then? I guess we're looking at the 2Ks or... maybe the just over 1Ks. I'm cool with 1,200 as like my like range. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. Seeing this price made me realize. Get animal storage and head on over to our Annika is the first one to go, right? Oh wow, she's actually worth a lot. Do we have one that's worth? Okay. Divya? Okay. Wow, alright. So what I'm going to do is Amrita at least. We're going to trade you out for 1337. Just because that's what I said I was going to do. And then I realized that even the game values these tigers at a lot higher than that. Alright, so, okay. In that case, I guess 2,000 isn't too far-fetched. I suppose 2,000 is not too far-fetched. Sure. We'll sit in that world. Hopefully we'll get some takers. Trade you out for 2,000. Amrita is already being traded out. Dhriti is staying. Divya is being traded out as well. For, let's say, 1,800. Just because we've got that yellow stat, right? Just because we've got the yellow stat, it just... I hate to do it, because like we know that stat doesn't matter all that much, but... Perception. So 1,800. Sounds fair. Hopefully, finally, we'll have some buyers, because these tigers have been around for so long, and I tried to, you know, sell them off before. If these prices don't fly, then I'm just going to release them to the wild. Because honestly, at one point, I think I said this before as well, and it was when we were trading tigers. At one point, it's like, it's not about, like, I don't want to devalue the animals, right? I don't want to just give them off to someone who's not willing to spend the money to take care of them. Because if they're not willing to spend the conservation credits, they're perhaps also not willing to spend the dollars to give them a nice space to live in. That's the kind of, you know, mentality I would have if I was actually selling animals in the real world. It's like, oh, well, how much do you really care about this animal if you're not willing to invest in it? We're not going to get a good price for the bison. Let's take a look at what they go for anyway, but this is not like a high-quality animal or anything like that. Pretty... What? Are you kidding me? 995 for this? Oh. No. I'm gonna go like 300 or something at most. At most. No, 300 I said. There we go. Cool. Looks like a couple of trades went through. Let's take a look here. Ah, yes, of course. The money makers. That's good. That's good. We're back up above 30k. Above 31k, actually. Now, we got a couple of... let's see. If I go to animal storage, yeah, I can quickly check how much time we have left on some of these. 43 minutes. So we're not going to see if all the trades get done by the end of this session or anything like that, but there's time after I finish recording, and hopefully we'll find out... Well, we'll find out, yeah, top of next session, how the trades have gone, and we can use that to drive some decision making later. What have we got going on over here? Animals are stressed. Okay, fair enough. We'll try and deal with that at some point. All right. So, not too much time left for this session, but still a lot to get done. I'm going to try and get as much of it done as possible. Let's go ahead and take a look at our animals. Are we able to? Yes, we are. I would like to send you 3 to the trade center just because it's right there. I hate that I have to click here again. It's like, come on, take me back to where I was. Over here, lots of females, 1 male. I think we're fine there. Arctic wolves. Honestly, I don't like... Let's get rid of the numbers here. Just because I get what it was for the seller, but we don't need it anymore. It holds no significance to us. Get rid of that. We're all fine over here. Taban and Humpy. Oh my god. Why have they not made us any babies yet? Oh, they have. They have. Yeah. BAZAAR on contraceptives already. Okay, good. We're fine here. You're on contraceptives as well. Good stuff. I suppose I could remove... Well, you're in the trade center anyway. Ayan, yeah, Ronith and Amrita, or Ronith and Syra, not on contraceptives. Good. No one here is on contraceptives. You know what? Let's go ahead and get Divya off of contraceptives so that when the time comes... well, she should be traded out anyway, but... I should keep my trade center animals off of contraceptives. I think. Jose and Raul. Let's go ahead and get rid of Raul over here. Sent to trade center. Maybe I'm not going to do the exhibit management right now because having to click 4 clicks and then scroll all the way down just for one animal is a painful endeavor. Alright, what are our orangutan looking like? All pretty good. These are our younglings. They have been put on contraceptives. Good, okay. But our spiders over here, they're all fine. They're all fine. Quite a few of them, but they're fine, I think still. Ming Xia, you're in the trade center. You're on contraceptives. Good, good, good. We're fine over here. The doll sheep. We're good. I suppose... Why are you on contraceptives, actually? Get you off of contraceptives. You should be good. Please let me compare mates without closing this window. Emberly. So Zelane and Emberly, I should maybe put on contraceptives. Prevent the inbreeding, right? But with Zaire, you're able to have offspring. A little bit on the old side, but let's get those babies coming still, right? That might have been a bit of mismanagement on my part, if I'm completely honest. Hopefully that works out, though. Hopefully that still gets us a couple of doll sheep. Alright, then we've got our Formosan black bears. We're fine here. You're on contraceptives. Our tortoises. I'm pretty sure we've taken care of our tortoises. It's not like we've had a bunch since the last contraception management session. Our Guriel over here. Viraj, you're good. All of the kiddos are on contraceptives. Yes. You're good. You're all on contraceptives as well. Yes. Now, I'm going to say right now, many of you have, and I've often done this, suggested, or, again, I've done this, where I do it by maturity instead. But honestly, in some ways, I almost like doing it by species instead, because I can just take a look at the mom and the dad and all the younger ones and just assign contraceptives accordingly. It's not perfect, but I don't think the maturity way is either, because, again, maturity tracks years, not adulthood versus, adolescence or pre-adolescence or whatever you want to term it. We have a lot of giant desert hairy scorpions. We should really take a look at trading them out, maybe. We'll always get an elderly. Wanzi, oh, so cute, is on contraceptives. You're good. Oh, hang on, why are we, Well, I guess you cannot, you and Xi Tiang, I suppose. is inbreeding, yeah. Man, Guowei and Lian are the pair. Getting old though, getting old. The pandas have been, I mean, as is fitting, tough to get a lot of babies out of. Where are we? Come on. All the way down here. There we go. Guowei and Lian, yeah. We're fine with these guys. We've got all of our... See, one thing I can do is I can get rid of our flamingos that are of lower quality. And that way we only have high-quality flamingos breeding with other high-quality flamingos, giving us only high-quality flamingos. That is an option that I might want to look into. Because we can very quickly like see the appeal and use that as a system of removal. And we just release them to the wild. There's no reason to trade them out. They're not going to get us that much money or anything. So maybe I'll pursue that at the top of next session or something. It's a lot of flamingos. That is a lot of flamingos. We've got our grizzly bears over here. Let's see. Young adult. You're in the trade center. You are on contraceptives. You're on contraceptives. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Over here we are Himalayan brown bears. You're in the hideout. You're in the hideout. You're both fine. Everyone else is in the trade center. Yep, we're good. Okay. With the elephants, all the kiddos seem to be on contraceptives. Pretty sure the elephants are fine. Though what I'll need to do still is go in to make sure our breeding pairs are still able to breed. We have a female at the prime age. We have a male at the prime age who is... Yes, Advik is the alpha. Okay, cool. Got all of our peafowl, which I'm pretty sure I sorted out last time. Got a couple of babies over here who are not on contraceptives. There we go. That's that problem solved, hopefully. Danu, I suppose, yeah, you're on contraceptives, that's fine. You're on contraceptives already, same over here, so that'll be good. Alright, all the Komodo dragons. Nope, some of you are not on contraceptives, so let's get that sorted out right now. Done. What about down over here? I think we're fine. Couple frogs. Got the polar bears that we actually want mating. I believe all of our pronghorn antelopes are okay. Man, they're starting to really age. They're really starting to age, aren't they? Ting, let's get you on contraceptives right away. Freya is. Okay, good stuff. Mustika, let's get you there. Alright, good stuff. And we, of course, have our Siberian tiger babies. We're waiting for February of next year for our wolf babies. Okay, we did just get pups, so that's good. Put them on contraceptives. Not that it'll be a problem, but might as well keep a process, right? And then the Titan beetles, I think we're close to the bottom. Oh yeah, that's everything. Okay, so hopefully that'll keep our animals in check and prevent... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? We all saw the balloon. The ghost balloon from earlier. Hey, hang on a second. Where... Was I just seeing things? I know I scrolled past it. Okay. 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 Alright, no big deal. Right, so, sorry. Today's been a very menu-heavy day, I know. I hope you all don't mind that. I know for some of you, it might make you feel like this. Which, you know, sometimes isn't a bad thing. It's nice to just have a chill session. But no, I think it's very important that we got that done. There was so much happening. We did make some trades. Hopefully some more trades go through as well. If we take a look at our trade history real quick, that'll be an animal trading. What else did we... Bolin and Xiaojun and Mingxia. Good stuff. You know what? Good stuff. Pretty good progress so far. And there are still some animals left on the trade center, obviously. About 30 to 40 minutes, up to 50 minutes, depending on the animal. Fair number of animals. Hopefully we might even get this up to 40k. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. We'll maybe have to do another trade session, or again, release animals into the wild if the prices start to go way too low. But I definitely think this is something that needed to be done at least one more time before we, you know, start moving and shifting gears to Elite Zoo South. Next session, we're going to continue our putting the bow on, so cute, putting the bow on Elitsu North. But this is where we're going to call it a session, folks. Hope you had a good time. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. It does make a massive difference. And as always, I do still, yes, read through all the comments. Don't worry, folks. Just because I haven't been putting hearts down lately doesn't mean I haven't read through the comments. I read them all, again, just as a reminder, twice over. Once when they come in, and the second time is when I actually go through and respond and drop hearts and take notes. Which that second half has been a bit of a struggle lately, only because things have been really kind of wild in the best possible ways. But I have still been reading through them, so do please keep them coming, because it does bring me great joy to just see what y'all think and how y'all feel and what y'all would like to see. It helps me direct things as well, just based on what'll make everybody happy. That sounded very strange. What I mean to say is, reading through the comments lets me know what people are interested in, so I can take that into consideration when I'm moving forward. That's more representative of what I actually meant to say. Words today, I just failing me, absolutely failing me. Folks, hope you enjoyed. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.